From the East Brunswick Jewish Center and me, Rabbi Jeff Pivo, a Shabbat Shalom and a Chag Sameach. The symbols of Sukkot can be seen as representing a continuum with lulav on one end and sukkah on the other. Lulav, the 4 plant species which we wave on Sukkot mornings, represents our request of God for sustenance, our belief that ultimately it is only through God's will that the world can continue to sustain us. We wave the lulav to ask for rain at the proper time, a symbol of our dependence upon God and God's earth for our continued survival. That hope is a stark contrast with the symbolism of the sukkah. We build a sukkah strong enough to stand up to the elements and to eat and sleep in it safely, but not much stronger. It should be a temporary, even fragile home for us, so to speak, during the week of Sukkot. By definition, that dwelling can never be a permanent home. Unlike lulav, the sukkah represents our fear that despite God's protection, we are all no more than a step or two away from homelessness, as we've seen with so many families this year affected by the hurricanes in Florida, earthquakes in Mexico, and fires in California. Each day we live between the poles of these two symbols, between the safety and the hope of lulav and the anxiety of sukkah, veering closer to one or the other depending on the day. When things are good, we are on the lulav side and we feel the gratitude implicit in our request for God's help. When things are not so good, we are on the sukkah side, looking to God for protection and the fears we try to face. While we cannot always live on the lulav side of life, we take comfort in the fact that our tradition provides us these symbols to help us cope wherever we are on the spectrum at a given time. Each of us can feel a connection to God, to tradition, and to the community through these rituals and their symbolism, and we can know that even if we are dwelling in a fragile shelter one day, that we will be shaking the lulav the next. This Shabbat, we also begin a new year of study as we begin a new cycle of Torah reading. Parshat Bereshet begins anew each year, and coming as it does just after the fall holidays, also reminders of the renewal symbolism. Each of us can take on and should take on one new Jewish practice or skill. In the coming days, we will be announcing here at EBJC expanded opportunities to learn the skill of Torah reading with Julie Schwarzwald and myself. I call upon everyone in our community to begin learning in order to deepen their knowledge and to take part in public readings of Torah. As we begin a new year, let's all renew our commitment to Torah and to each other. From us all at EBJC at the East Brunswick Jewish Center, we wish you a Chag Sameach and a Shabbat Shalom.